Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it is a narration of a message that I received, and the narration reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? Brother Nashi, I am a woman who is aged 51 years old, and it pains me a lot because I know what I did. I am the one who sacrificed. I sacrificed my own mom. I sacrificed my husband, oh my dear husband, the man that I loved with all my heart, but left with no choice. I had to sacrifice him because in this coven that I am in as a witch, when it comes time for me to sacrifice someone, then I cannot refuse, because this is the oath that I have taken. I ate all of my kids after they have all died. We went to the graveyard, we woke them up, and we cut them up into pieces. There is something about my nails. When it comes time for me to sacrifice these nails of mine, other normal human beings, they cannot see it, but anyone that has their spiritual eyes opened up, they can see that my nails, they will become as sharp like knives. This is what I use when I am cutting up the flesh of the person that I would have killed using my witchcraft. But I am crying, Brother Nashi. When I look at my situation right now, I keep on asking myself, what is going to happen? Oh, what is going to happen to me? Because I do not have any kids anymore. This means that on the day that I am going to die, those that are not my relatives, they are the ones that are going to come and bury me. Any of my relatives, there is none of my relatives that is going to come and bury me because of my witchcraft. My relatives, they used to love to come to my place, at the place where I am staying right now. They used to love to come and visit me, but I have a snake that was left behind for me by my auntie. So this snake, what it does is that whenever someone would have visited me, this snake will start to drink the blood of my relative. It says that it is tasting to see if it is going to enjoy in the future when it comes time for me to sacrifice that particular relative of mine. So all of my relatives now, they have been staying away from me because they now know that I am a witch, but I was not born as a witch. What happened was that my father, he had this other sister of his. So when I was born, my father then chose that I had to be given a name that was as the same as my father's sister's name. So I was then given her name. She loved me a lot, Brother Nashi. I remember that my father used to beat up my mother whenever it was time for me to go on holidays. Then my mother will argue and she will say, why is it she only loves this only child and does not love all of my children? Because my mother had 4 kids, including me, but each and every holiday, I'll find myself going to visit my own auntie. So my mom, when she kept on complaining about this issue, my auntie, she was not happy about it at all. My auntie, because of her witchcraft, she then sacrificed my mom. One day we had gone to cut some firewood in the bushes. When we were returning back, that was when all of a sudden I saw this bird. This bird was flying and it hit my mom on her forehead. Then she fell down. My mom, Brother Nashi, that is how she passed away. She kept on complaining and she was having this severe headache, but it would not go away until my mom passed away. That was when I was then taken to my auntie. When I went to my auntie soon after my mother's funeral, then my auntie told me that my auntie then said to me, since you have my name and since you are now coming of age, I want you to go into my bedroom. I want you to become my husband's wife, because I am now old, and as you can see, the way that I am suffering, she was really sick at that time. So she was afraid that her husband, once he was going to taste the forbidden fruit somewhere else, then he was going to dump her as well as the kids. Then my my auntie said, but I trust you. Oh yes, I trust you. If you sleep with my husband, I allow you to go and sleep with my husband, if you become his second wife, since we share the same blood, I know that if I die, you are going to take care of my kids. But my auntie, she had other intentions. My auntie got so sick, Brother Nashi, until one day she called me and she said, oh, daughter of my brother, I want to tell you something. And she said that I am about to die. Yes, I am about to die. She then said that, you see, in that hut, so we used to have this other house that was there at my auntie's compound, where we used to keep all the grains soon after the harvest season. Then we'll keep the grains in there, the sorghum grains as well as the maize grains. She said there are some items of mine that are there, so I want you to take them and keep them safe for me. Soon after I would have rested, and when I would have rejoined my ancestors, I want you to take them back into that storage house. That is what I did, Brother Nashi. When the morning came, what happened is that I woke up and I felt that there was severe pain. I had 5 razor blade markings at the back of my head and 1 more on my chest, so 6 in total. This now made me to become a witch. And I saw that there was someone who had shaved my pubic hair. From that day until this day, my pubic hair does not even grow at all. She then said that, oh my daughter, by the time that when they would have taken my coffin to the graveyard, please do this favor for me. And I asked what was the favor that she wanted me to do. She said, when they are taking my coffin into the grave, please, by all means, try not to look at my coffin. I said, why? She then said that we were connected to each other from the day that you were born. When your father gave you my name, then we were connected spiritually. What it means is that if you are going to look at my coffin as they will be taking my coffin down the grave, then this means that you are going to follow me. Since you have the same spirit, you and I, we now share the same soul. So what I want you to do is that when they are pulling my coffin down into the grave, look to the side. And yes, this is what I did. She said only after they would have poured some soil on top of my coffin, that is when I will allow you to look at my coffin. And this is what I did when they were busy pulling down my auntie's coffin into her grave. I then pretended as if I was in pain, and I faced the other way around, and I had my back against her open grave until they had poured some soil into the coffin. That was when I turned around. Most of the people thought that indeed I was in pain. After she had passed away, Brother Nashi, I then started staying with her husband. And then there was this other day, after I had returned all of the traditional stuff that she had directed me to keep until she would have been buried, and returned them to the storage house. When I had returned them, one day I went back to that storage house because I wanted some maize grains. That was when I saw a snake. This snake, Brother Nashi, when I saw it, it was white in color, and I saw that the same bird that had actually killed my own mother, it was there. I wanted to run away. When I turned around to run away, that was when this snake spoke to me. This snake then said, oh, we are doomed. Oh, yes, we are doomed, because this woman, she is the one who is supposed to cook food for us. What are we going to do? Then I turned around because I had never had a snake speaking before, and this snake repeated what it had told me. It said, do not worry, for we are not here to kill you. We are actually here to fight against your enemies. If you have an enemy right now, tell me so that I can go and fight your battles. The snake and the bird told me that I have to cook soft porridge, but I have to use sorghum, not like your white maize meal, each and every morning, Brother Nashi. This is what I had to do. Wake up in the morning, then I give the porridge. Then in the evening, I had to look for chicken bones and feed them. And these two Tokoloshis told me that when the year would have ended, I must select a date so that I can give them blood. This is what they needed. Brother Nashi, I started killing off one by one. I picked off my siblings and I ate them all. I shared their flesh amongst the coven and amongst the witches that I was in the same coven with, and I also gave to the Queen Mother. Oh yes, in this witchcraft world, there are queens that are assigned in different areas. Like me and my husband, later on, we then bought our own stand here in the capital city where I am now staying. When I came here, I actually had a transfer letter. When I had this transfer letter, I took it to the witches, who then took me to their own witch mother, the queen, and they told me that since I had now joined the coven, I had to sacrifice my husband, the one that I loved. I loved him with all of my heart, and I am so depressed because I ate his flesh. It was not an easy thing to do, to eat the flesh of the man that you once loved, but they told me that this had to be done. I cannot disrespect the Queen Mother because she is the one who gives us all of these powers. And after I had sacrificed my own kids, the problems then started, Brother Nashi. I was then told that it was time. Oh yes, I was summoned by the Queen Mother, and she said, it is time, oh dear daughter, it is time for you to once again bring a present to this oracle so that we can feast on the blood, we can feast on the flesh of that person that you would have chosen, the person or a child. It is okay. It is time to choose amongst your own kids. So I was surprised. I looked around, I looked at the other witches that were there at our shrine. I said, a child, I must bring a child. So you say, oh Queen Mother. And she said, yes, indeed. I want you to bring one of your children amongst your children so that we can feast on the blood of that child. And I said, but you know very well that when I joined this coven, I sacrificed my husband and all of my kids. I do not have any child anymore to give to this shrine. So what am I supposed to do, oh dear Queen Mother? She laughed, Brother Nash. Oh yes, she laughed. And the other witches, they all joined in their laughter as they started laughing at me. So I could not understand why they were laughing at me. That was when the Queen Mother looked at me and she continued laughing and she said, oh dear daughter, so this means that you have now eaten all of your children. So you say that you have sacrificed all of your children. And I said, yes. I nodded my head and I said, yes, I have sacrificed. We have all drank their blood. And they all laughed. Then the Queen Mother then said, oh, then it means that it is now your turn to be sacrificed. They laughed out so hard, so much that I was in pain. I was really in pain. I then left the shrine in anger, but there is nothing that I can do against this Queen Mother, for she is very powerful. She has been given these powers over many churches that are in that same location where I am staying. So I know that even if I go to this church, it is very hopeless because she is powerful. As for my snake, it knows what I am thinking. Right now, if I try to get out of the house, let's say if I know that there is a place where there is a prophet, if I try to go to that prophet, Brother Nashi, I am going to suffer alone. That snake is going to come and fight with me spiritually. So me coming here on your platform, I want someone who can assist me. I do not want anyone who is a chance taker. Like I told you that in the location where I am staying, yes, there are some pastors that I see every Sunday preaching the word of God, but we usually laugh at them because we know, we see everything that they do. They don't have any power over the Queen Mother. I want someone who can try to help me. The problem that I am facing right now, I am always moving around the graveyards. Recently, I went to the Mbudzi graveyard here in Harare. There was this other family that was busy burying their own beloved deceased relative. Once they had finished, when they got into their cars, I watched them until I could not see them anymore. When I went to that person that I didn't even know because I wanted to dig up the grave, that was when I saw that now this demon of witchcraft, it is not even ashamed. It wants to possess me in broad daylight because I wanted to dig up that grave, open the coffin, cut up the flesh so that I can enjoy the flesh of that person that they had buried. But Brother Nashi, when I went to that grave, that was when I saw that these people, they had mixed the soil with some herbs, so that any witch that will try to dig up the grave, something bad was going to happen to them. That is when that demonic spirit left me. I am struggling, Brother Nashe. When I look at my life, I am growing older by the day, and I know that as I am growing old, there is no one who will be able to take care of me, because my relatives, they are scared of me, and I do not know who can save me. I do not want to do anything that will make the queen, our queen, to punish me. If there is anyone who is willing, who is powerful, who is not a chance taker, please tell me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sister there. She is confessing that she is a witch. So these witches, they have their strongholds. Strange things do happen. This queen of witches in that location, our sister is saying that she has powers over many pastors that have their churches in that same location, and she knows and she sees everything. Yo, Africa, black magic